Funding in education has been a hot topic in the US, especially in the last 10 years. There are schools that have less opportunities due to the lack of funds at school. On the other hand, there are schools that have much more funding, which results in more opportunities for students to succeed in the classroom and especially to get higher up in education in the future. Hello, my name is Anthony Sanchez. I am here to persuade you guys to support more funds towards lower income areas and public schools in general. The major issue here is the lack of funding for education, especially in public schools, as I said before. Funding in schools has a lot to do with the taxpayers in the area. Since lower income neighborhoods give less taxes due to the fact that they make less income, that leaves the lower income areas empty handed and giving school districts less money to provide teachers with the proper equipment they need and the students the proper tools for science and math based, especially. According to the article, School Spirit, higher funded areas have the higher ceiling for educational success. And that is mostly due to the fact that, as I mentioned before, that lower income areas cannot afford all the higher technology, such as like lab reports for science and field trips to go down and for science-based materials.
You said 20 times.
And overall, they just have the greater equipment in general in the higher income areas. So that's a major problem for them. And now there are causes to this problem. There are many causes to the lack of funding for education. A major point is the US cut budgets towards education during the recession and never made big changes after that. According to the author, Knight, during the Great Recession, high poverty districts experienced an equitable share of funding. After getting out the recession, the US never caught up to the amount of funding needed. After the recession happened, we just never quite got up to par as we were before, and we instead funded other areas of the US significantly, which took away from the funds towards education and the future of our students. As this is a major issue, it is solvable. One solution is just fund schools significantly higher. This can be solved by taking some money from budgets towards other areas, such as how much we put budgets toward police. They make Police have the budget of $749 billion every year, while education falls short of that significantly. So just taking certain areas of funds from different areas would help significantly for students for the future. Another one is funding lower income areas would help a lot more, and also just target them significantly. According to the article, Breaking Down School Data, the 25% most high poverty districts receive 3.4 to 17.9% less funding than the 25% wealthiest districts. Obviously, that's a huge crime against lower income areas and gives them significant lower amount of opportunity for the future of them. Another solution I have to help less funded schools is to bring higher budget just to pay teachers much more. If teachers become properly paid and we'll get more dedicated and helpful teachers that will work in the field, this will help students with academics greatly, especially towards struggling students that sometimes even get left behind. Because with more pay, you get more passion towards the degree, towards the job, and have more qualified teachers overall. I hope I have made it clear that the importance of increased funds towards schools is greatly needed. To recap from earlier, the problem is the lack of funding for education overall. And the cause of it is many situations in taking away funds towards education and funding other things much more than education, even though how important education is, we still are not funding it to the to how much we need at all. Solutions are increased funding towards teachers um, and for resources, like we mentioned earlier. And according to the author Mervis, it is completely possible to restore value in education with increased funding. But will we make the move? Thank you.